to meet the needs of the business traveler who must communicate with his or her office from anywhere in the world. The student who wants to transcribe notes once and only once. And the teacher who develops lessons that can be translated easily to the classroom. A sales force needing answers at their fingertips and quotes at a moment's notice. Auditors and accounting agencies. The office worker who takes work home. The worker whose home is his office. And the worker working anywhere. In every situation, there's no longer any need to compromise performance for portability. Get the performance of a Macintosh in a portable that delivers software compatibility, speed, high-quality graphics, and consistent Macintosh hardware and networking. Put these advantages into a portable with very long battery life, hassle-free power management, all in one design and built for rugged use anywhere in the world. How do you benefit from these advantages? The Macintosh Portable runs Macintosh OS using the familiar Mac interface, so there's no new learning curve. Application software is available because it's the same you're already using on your other Macintosh. Plus, system software and HyperCard installed on your hard disk practically eliminates any startup confusion. The 68,000 processor running at 16 megahertz and a hard disk with an access time of 28 milliseconds makes for fast, productive computing. The active matrix liquid crystal display screen provides the quick response to support the trackball and graphics. The high contrast screen makes for comfortable viewing in a wide range of lighting conditions, even bright sunlight. Try this with any portable using backlighting. The secret is a transistor behind every pixel that instantaneously turns pixels off and on. The 640 by 400 pixel screen displays full page width. Use the Macintosh Portable for group presentations with its wide-angle viewing. A video port is standard for easy connections to monitors or projection systems. With the standard Mac keyboard, you get the same feel, the same response, no surprises. The built-in FDHD floppy drive gives you 1.4 megabytes of storage and can recognize both MS-DOS and OS/2 diskettes. That means less disks to carry around and the easy transfer of data. For even more speed and fewer disks, there's a Macintosh Portable with a built-in 40 megabyte hard disk. External ports and inputs are provided for video, an external floppy disk, the small computer system interface, and an Apple desktop bus for a mouse or numeric keypad. A printer, a modem, stereo sound, and power. Your Macintosh Portable works with a wide range of peripherals already on the market and with those you already own. To add functionality to match your needs, there's room for expansion cards such as accelerators and communication products. To optimize expansion, there's an internal slot for additional ROM. Built-in AppleTalk accepts LocalTalk and other standard AppleTalk connections to network for file sharing, data transfer, and peripheral sharing. Well, now that you know it's a Macintosh, what makes the Macintosh Portable the best performing portable in the marketplace? A lead-acid battery delivers power for 8 to 10 hours before needing to be recharged. You know how much power is left, so you can plan your work accordingly. And the system provides explicit low power warnings to lessen the chance of running out of power. That's worry-free portability. The battery recharges inside the Macintosh Portable, but when you need the full power, you can replace it with a second battery. An automatic backup battery takes over while you're doing this. And there's never a need to completely discharge the battery before fully recharging it. The smart power management system turns off individual components when they're not in use, and the computer goes into sleep mode to conserve even more power. Press any key, and the Macintosh Portable wakes up instantly. The CMOS 68000 uses less power than conventional technology processors. Static RAM uses less power than dynamic RAM and permits the Macintosh Portable to go to sleep to conserve power and store vital data in memory. Although it's difficult to see, there's also a rest mode to further reduce power consumption when the machine is idle for more than a few moments. You control the setting of sleep and even set specific wake-up times. The Macintosh Portable conforms to your work habits and needs. If you're operating from AC, the Macintosh Portable can stay awake 24 hours a day. All this adds up to longer battery life and longer hours of productivity for you. The all-in-one design of an integrated screen, trackball, keyboard, and an optional modem makes the Macintosh Portable easy to set up. The trackball provides benefits of a mouse but requires no additional space to operate and no additional setup time. The trackball can be mounted on either side of the keyboard to match your preference. When you're finished, put the Macintosh Portable either to sleep or turn it off. It packs up quickly. Don't forget the owner's manual and the portable guide to consult on the run. A strong, reliable polycarbonate plastic case resists breaking and chipping. A rugged hard disk provides the confidence that your data will be safe and retrievable. The basic design includes 1 megabyte of RAM and a 40 megabyte hard disk, a complete Macintosh in a portable design. And for those wanting even more, there's an optional internal 2400 baud modem, optional numeric keypad, and you can expand memory with an additional 1 megabyte of RAM and a second disk. At 15 pounds, the Macintosh Portable brings all the benefits of the friendly Macintosh family without compromising any Macintosh capabilities. A smart portable that gives you the confidence that your information will be there when you need it. Power management that delivers low power consumption and smart supervision of power allocation and system and disk sleep. System flexibility so that you can keep pace with the future with upgrades and expansions. The Macintosh Portable, a sturdy, long-lasting portable on the job and off. Computers have changed the way people work, play, and learn. Macintosh Portable will change where and how people work, play, and learn. Hello, I'm Gary Williams, here with Macintosh Portable Product Manager Jim Cook to gain some insight into the technology that makes the Macintosh Portable the first portable with true Macintosh desktop power. Jim, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Gary.
Specifically, we're going to look at the power supply and power management that makes the portable truly portable, the advantages of using CMOS 68000 and SRAM, the active matrix liquid crystal display screen, and the technology that makes expansions a reality. Jim, first let's begin with power management. Users will quickly learn how to take advantage of shutdown, sleep, and rest. How do you explain the differences and how they impact power consumption?
Well, the shutdown command is very similar to the shutdown command on the existing Macintoshes. If you have an application open or a document open and you choose shutdown, it'll close the document, close the application, then turn all the power off to the system. Sleep is similar, but it doesn't close the application or the document, so that when you are ready to work again, you touch any key, and the system wakes right up, and you're right where you were before. Now, rest is very, very different because customers don't even see that one. That's if you don't use the system for about 15 seconds, it'll slow itself down from 16 megahertz to 1 megahertz. Again, you don't see any difference, but it's saving a lot of power. And as soon as you hit a key or touch the trackball, it speeds right back up again.
I know that one of every buyer's concerns is software compatibility. What role did it play in designing the Mac Portable?
Well, actually, that was our #1 design criteria when we were building the portable, and it had implications throughout the entire system. For example, the processor we use inside is a Motorola 68000, which is similar to the other Macintoshes. The ROMs we have inside the system are based on the SE ROMs, and we use the standard Macintosh operating system.
Having addressed compatibility, that left portability as another issue, and of course that means power consumption.
That's right. That was our second driving goal. And again, you see implications of that throughout the design. For example, the processor inside is a 68,000, but it's a CMOS version. And CMOS is a special technology which consumes much, much less power. We also have a especially low-power hard disk inside the system. And we also have a special power management device built inside. It's actually a 6502 processor. And it looks at different parts of the computer, sees which ones are being used, and if it's not being used, it turns it off. So therefore, it minimizes the power at all times.
Obviously, you've made the system a power miser, but I know that some users will always worry about losing power at the wrong time. So how have you made the Macintosh Portable painless for the user, yet transparent to him or her?
Well, that's actually very true. We wanted to give people as much information as possible to warn them as to what was going on. So, for example, we used a lead-acid battery, because with lead-acid, you can actually tell how much power you have left, which lets us do things like right here, you see there's a gauge which says, okay, we have about 2/3 of the power left in this battery. In addition, when we start getting low on battery power, we actually put messages right on the screen that says, I'm running low on power, you really should plug me in. The Apple icon up here in the corner, we turn that into a little battery icon to remind you. And overall, we really try to warn people and let them know where they are in their battery power.
I know you've done a lot to conserve power and to help the user manage his or her own consumption up for 8 to 10 hours. But what if I need to be on longer than that?
Well, if you find you're running low on power and you're not near a wall outlet, we've made the battery easily replaceable. You just take the back off the computer, pull the battery out, and drop in a fully charged battery. You're ready to go for 8 more hours. And just to keep the contents of the memory alive while you're doing that, we have a small backup battery built into the system.
Jim, what if my Mac Portable is plugged into a wall? Will it still go to sleep?
Well, we have a special option on here where if you plug it in the wall, you can set the control so it won't go to sleep. The hard disk won't spin down, the screen won't turn off. So in essence, it'll act just like a desktop if you want it to.
Having seen the Macintosh Portable's display, it seems like you've overcome the problem of plugging a portable into an AC outlet to get a good display, or to go with battery power to get portability, yet sacrifice display quality. How'd you do that?
Well, that's true. That has been the historical problem. Either a very good screen, but you plug it in the wall, or good battery life, but you get a very bad screen. We've used a new technology called active matrix LCD, which means you put a transistor underneath every pixel. And if you do that, you get a very fast response, which you need to run a Macintosh-style graphics interface. Plus, you get very good contrast, but you still get the very low power consumption of an LCD.
Besides software compatibility, power management, and obviously an impressive screen display, you know that buyers will still want to know how they can connect to their peripheral products.
That's true. Being a full Macintosh means you have to connect all the peripherals. So in fact, on the back of this product, we have basically all the ports you expect on a normal Macintosh. We have SCSI ports, we have floppy port, we have the AppleTalk network port, we have the stereo sound output port, and we actually added a port, we added a video output port. So you can take what's on the screen and use it to drive a large screen monitor or an overhead projector or something like that for presentations.
We've obviously spent a good bit of time on electronic technology, but what about the physical design that made it safe and easy to carry?
Well, certainly when you build a portable, you have to think a lot about physical design. And for example, you can see we have a trackball. We've used a trackball on this product instead of a mouse because it's built in, it's easier to carry, takes less time to set up. In terms of ruggedness, we have a specially designed hard disk, which is specially ruggedized. And the plastics in this product are a special kind of plastic, polycarbonate, which is what they use to make bulletproof glass or motorcycle helmets or things like that, so it's very rugged. And also we ship it in a carrying case, a nice foam, very nice looking carrying case.
Well, Jim, it's an impressive application of the latest technology to give Macintosh a portable. Any final words to pass along?
Well, we're pretty excited about the product, and I really think our customers will be also.
Jim, thanks for being with us.
My pleasure.
And thank you for joining us for this segment on technological insight into the Macintosh Portable.
Welcome to Exploring the Macintosh Portable. I'm Michelle Weber, Apple Technical Trainer. I'm going to demonstrate how the Macintosh Portable is a complete, compact Macintosh. You get all the benefits of the Macintosh family in a truly powerful and smart portable. And all that friendliness and intelligence is obvious the moment you open the cover and press any key. The screen looks just like the familiar Macintosh screen. There's the familiar keyboard, but in place of the mouse is a trackball to conserve space. It works much like the mouse. You still just point and click. Use your index and middle fingers to roll the trackball, which moves the pointer. Simply press the click bar to make your selection. Here I'm selecting the Apple menu. And this is the familiar Macintosh control panel with a few new features to give you added control over the performance and power consumption of the portable. You can set the screen contrast to accommodate various lighting conditions. You can also choose to set aside part of the memory to serve as a RAM disk. To conserve power, you also have the ability to select the elapsed time before the entire system goes into sleep mode. Set the time by sliding the indicator along the bar to the desired elapsed time. Here I'll set the time to 5 minutes. And now the portable will go into automatic sleep mode if the computer isn't used within 5 minutes. Similarly, you set the elapsed time before the hard disk shuts down. There's also an option to set the machine so that it's always on as long as it's plugged into an AC outlet. You can also set the specific time for the Macintosh Portable to wake up. Simply set the date and time. By combining awake with sleep, the Macintosh Portable can automatically go to work without you ever touching a key. It'll wake up, perform a function, such as sending and receiving electronic messages, and then go back to sleep. There's always a way to set system sleep while you're working. First, move to the desktop level. Then, move and click the pointer on Sleep at the bottom of the special menu. Press any other key and the Macintosh Portable immediately wakes up. You can be in the middle of any application, put the machine to sleep, and then wake up the machine exactly where you were without losing data. I'll run Excel, a spreadsheet program. The unique benefit is to be able to put the portable into sleep mode while in an application without ever having to close or save your files. You can do this from another special desk accessory, the battery gauge. This battery desk accessory provides a very accurate reading of the level of the remaining battery power. And it also lets you put the system immediately to sleep with all your data stored in RAM, and then wake it up and you're right back in your application with the file just as you left it. There's another fail-safe measure. The Macintosh Portable constantly monitors power consumption, and when the power reaches a certain level, a warning automatically appears on the screen. Although the battery automatically recharges in the portable, if you need more power immediately, you can exchange the battery without losing power or data. Let's do just that. Here we are in the Excel spreadsheet. Put the machine to sleep and then close the screen. To exchange the battery, first unplug the power. Remove the back cover and press down on the battery cover and pull to remove it. When you remove a battery cover, a switch immediately turns on the backup battery. This battery saves all the data in sleep mode and will keep it in RAM for at least 2 weeks if you're left without a backup. Now lift out the battery and insert the new battery. There's no physical way to insert the battery the wrong way. Now let's wake up the portable. And our application and spreadsheet are right where we left off. When a battery needs to be recharged, you simply attach it to the optional battery charger. Remember that the battery automatically recharges when the portable is plugged into an AC outlet. The optional charger is only necessary if you have multiple battery packs. For anyone desiring to use the trackball, on the left side of the keyboard, there's a quick and easy exchange of the keyboard and the trackball. Now, this is not a recommended user procedure, and we suggest you have an authorized Apple dealer make this exchange. But I'll do it for you because you might be interested in learning just how easy it is to perform. First, close the portable. Then turn the machine on to its back. Remove the front foot pads and slightly open the top cover. Using a pointed object, such as a paper clip, insert and push to release the bezel. Open the cover completely and unplug the trackball. Release the back points, then snap and slide out the trackball. Then detach the keyboard, release the back points, and slide out the keyboard. Move the separator bar from the right side to the left side. And then it's just a matter of reinstalling the keyboard, attaching the cable, and then placing the trackball into its new position. Reinsert the bezel. Now you have a fully functional left-handed Macintosh Portable. Accompanying the Macintosh Portable is an operator's guide that explains everything I've demonstrated. If you're already a Macintosh user, then you realize that the Macintosh Portable is a fully functional Macintosh with a trackball as a mouse. Power conservation, intelligent internal power management and monitoring make the Macintosh Portable truly portable. Operation is worry-free and painless. Your data is safe and secure because it's saved anytime the Macintosh Portable goes to sleep. What more could you ask for? Well, look for the video program Beyond the Horizon, where I introduce the upgrades and expansions. The Macintosh Portable is everything you could ask for. A complete compact Macintosh. Of course you'd expect that, because it's a Macintosh. It's portable, it's the future, and it's here now. Hello, I'm Michelle Weber, Apple Technical Trainer. Welcome to Beyond the Horizon, a look at the upgrades and expansions available for the Macintosh Portable. Specifically, we'll be looking at the installation of RAM and ROM cards, installing an internal modem, and connecting peripherals. The Macintosh Portable comes with 1 megabyte of RAM, and it's upgradable to 2 megabytes of RAM. I'll show you how to make that upgrade right now. I've already removed the back. The RAM card is placed in the third connector. To install it, align the RAM upgrade card with the angle sloping upward toward the back of the portable. Push down to make sure it is properly seated. It's that simple. Third-party vendors have the option to develop ROM-based application software, so your applications don't need to be stored on disk. The ROM slot is right next to the RAM slot. It's just as easy to install. Again, align the card so the angle slopes upward to the back of the machine. The slot next to the ROM slot is for an internal modem. Insert the modem card into the slot closest to the battery. There's a port cutout to connect the modem to a standard phone jack. The fourth slot is an expansion slot for future upgrades and expansions, such as an accelerator card. Notice that we've removed the trackball. When installing the numeric keypad, you need to attach the low-power mouse that comes with your Macintosh Portable. It attaches at one of the ports at the back of the machine, so let's go take a look at the back of the Portable. The mouse attaches to this port. While we're back here, let's briefly look at the other external ports and attach a few more peripherals. Starting from the right, there's a port for the external power adapter and the stereo output. The standard Macintosh RS-422 serial port for a separate modem connection, and a standard Macintosh printer output port. Here's the port for the desktop bus where I attach the mouse. This is the cutout for the internal modem. Next is the SCSI input and output port for peripheral expansions. You can connect up to 6 external SCSI devices, such as hard disk drives, tape backup, CD-ROM, and scanners. Next to the SCSI port is a port for connecting an external floppy drive. And new to the Macintosh Portable is an external video output port. All you need to do is plug in the appropriate NTSC, PAL, or CCAM adapter. And what you have is a desktop Macintosh. And it's portable.